Once, there was a glorious kingdom established among the heavens. From that kingdom came a crowned heir, tasked with seeking out the Genesis Pearl from the kingdom of darkness. The first crowned heir began her journey of seeking the pearl. But she was deceived, and the memory of her noble origins faded. She now believed that she was the queen of the kingdom of darkness. But take heart. A second crowned heir had already taken up the path where the first had stumbled. This is the story of your journey, of your tale to be told.
Albedo and Timaeus will be conducting research in the mountain. I'm afraid you'll have to go to the entrance to the pass and look for him. Sorry. That's the best I can do.
Hey, stop worrying. We got this.
Welcome. How can I help you?
Sucrose is a whole lot less nervous once she gets to... practice is about to...
I've told you already, I don't go in for that kind of thing. I've got more important matters to attend.
But this event has commemorative significance. The church hopes that all sisters...
Hopes? That's odd, because I don't recall a fulfill the hopes of others clause in...
I mean...
But what? You're the event organizer, aren't you? Do you not find it the...
What do you mean?
This far out from Mondstadt at this hour? Even if you set out right now... Who knows? Maybe...
Huh? Well, that can't be...
Evidence decides what people are like, not your feelings. Don't fret. Nobody's gonna blame you if you go back empty-handed. I can't imagine any... But if you dally any longer, you really won't make it.
You're right. It's a very important commemorative event. If I'm late, then... right, I've gotta get going.
Seems like
I thought I heard something.
we'd better watch out.
Oh, really?
Wait, she heard that? Paimon was whispering some...
And as for this outlander you seem to be following... the honorary knight that saved us from storm terror. Well then, otherwise, depending on your answer...
What? Do the nuns of Mondstadt have the authority to arrest people now?
We can't go turning a blind eye to hidden dangers, can we? Why shouldn't...
That doesn't sound right.
Let's talk about you. What are you doing in the mountains? If it's him you're after, I made a point of noting his track. Many people have made their way up after the snowstorm.
So, are you also...
No, this is just a professional habit of mine. I sensed I couldn't care what you think. Come on then.
Rosaria said there were elemental traces in the tracks. They should show up pretty clearly with elemental sight.
Have a little taste! Picked the wrong time.
Think you can get away?
Freeze!
Oz, reveal thyself!
Should replace
You know, little pixie, your ability to appear and disappear at will is very interesting.
Yeah?
After committing a crime,
You're so suspicious. Why is Paimon a criminal in your example?
Shouldn't get careless.
Here we go.
Let's move.
Think you can get away?
Phantasmagoria. This one's well done. Let's end this quickly.
Crumble apart.
This isn't good. Roasted fry. This one's well done.
Wings of darkness. Come, sever night from day.
Roasted fry. Use this first. This one's well done. That seemed to work. Roasted fry. Use this first. This one's well done. I must collect myself. Roasted fry. This one's well done.
Think you can get away?
Roasted fry. That's it. This one's
Oz,
well
reveal
done.
thyself.
Use this first.
Oz, reveal thyself.
Roasted fry. This one's well done. Roasted fry. You need to hurry up. This one's well done.
It's getting colder and colder. Rosaria, aren't you freezing?
Me? I'm all right. I got used to operating in adverse conditions a long time ago.
Seems like there's more to being a nun in the Favonius Church than Paimon realized.
Oz, reveal thyself. Then support.
rest for the wicked.
Reveal thyself. Think you can get away?
Wings of darkness, come, sever night from day. I summon thee.
Is that Albedo? Why would he hang around?
The word on the street is he loves sketching. He'll hang. The views and scenery here are pretty good. Sketches everywhere you look.
But can't he see those hilly churls? Isn't he? Uh-oh. Looks like we startled them. Enough talk. Let's keep them out of the picture first.
Midnight Phantasmagoria!
Who are you? Thank the gods I'd already completed my sketch.
What's up with sketching hilly churls? What makes them so...
I'm afraid the answer isn't easy to explain. If you'd like to have a look at my sketch, it may give you a clue.
Wow! Look at the detail! But some of it seems to...
You can find these hilly churls anywhere. Quite boring, in fact. Not worth closer inspection. But take a look at this specimen. In the cyclical lives of such primitive communities...
Hold your horses. We found your man. I'm headed back.
What? Don't you have any... what a weird...
So Sister Rosaria brought you. But back to the point. From her words...
We met a girl in Mondstadt, Sucrose.
I see. So Sucrose sent you here. Then, if I'm not mistaken, I've heard a bit of everything. I'll skip to the conclusion. There's only one possibility. Excellent. If I could procure your assistance... forgive me. This must be
Whoa! You want to start with that?
For example, awakening life. Breathing new life into fallen leaves.
You can do that?
However, I have a particular seed in my possession. It's like you, in that it hailed...
Well, if you're struggling to...
I beg to differ, but you're not from the known world. By observe...
shall we just get out of here? This sounds...
It's possible, but I will do it. Time for a change of surrounding.
Albedo and that traveler seem to have hit it off. Takes a weirdo to know one, I guess. I wonder, does this constitute a...
I don't know. Using alchemy to... after awakening.
No! Paimon's got a brain!
Well, if it turns out...
Yay! Paimon's holding you to it.
Well, let's... The subject of my... How you're able to freely manipulate... Firstly, do you have any extra organs? A second heart? Fascinating. And...
What a stupid question! Can't you see? And another thing! It's Paimon, not floating child.
I was merely considering the possibility that you were an extra... Oh. That rules out that possibility. But that would mean that Paimon's elemental power would be enough. No, that definitely...
Hey! How would you know anyway?
In that case, it would appear that there's no obvious difference between the composition of your body and that of the human. Given that there's clearly a discrepancy in the research, firstly, this mysterious elemental power. Let me lure a few slimes to the area.
Huh?
Direct and clear observation are imperative. Naturally, if you require a greater challenge.
Slimes! Slimes are fine!
Well, prepare yourself. The slimes will be here.
By royal decree!
Retribution!
Think you can get away?
Midnight Phantasmagoria! Oz, reveal thyself!
Think you can get away?
Midnight Phantasmagoria!
Great work. Did you... If you're injured, I have a few emergency potions ready. Excellent. According to my observation, now that we know that the external...
Internal flow?
It's very simple. I can use alchemy to create a potion that will extract if the elemental power is stored or accumulated physically within your body.
Sounds kinda
Don't worry. In the normal course of events, you'd feel some...
And in the...
If anything unexpected occurs, I've made... Well, it's not that there aren't any risks in... Just a warning. If an internal elemental reaction occurs... Yes, that's an excellent way to... It's a type of ore known as starstone. I'll take you to my campsite. We all going to plan?
Paimon's still got a few safety... Let's keep our eyes...
Here. Should do for catalyst purposes. This one. Usable with a bit of polish. What luck. This should be enough. My campsite is just up ahead. I'll lead the way. This is my campsite. I've added the materials we collected to the concoction. While we are waiting, have a look over here. My assistant Timaeus here is helping me with my research. I'm guessing you may have met in Mondstadt already.
Hello! I've just gotten hold of the data from your...
Whoa! Look at all the data! You got...
I wouldn't call them results. Inference. I think the most rational direction would be to expound on the phylogenetic... Consider. You don't have a vision, but you can manipulate elemental energy. The slimes don't have visions either, yet they... Following this line of thought, I'm sure we'll be able to establish a basic...
Not bad for a point of entry. But strictly speaking, slimes are elemental life forms. In other words, be a cryoregis vine, or even a wildflower might be a better analogy. But tracing back the file in that sense...
Yes, sir.
After all, we've got our primary data already. If it turned out that she did have a phylogenetic...
Ah, it would. Paul, speaking of data, to complete our research, we'll need some more. I'll be conducting analysis here for the time.
Great, I'll leave you to it. Looks like the potion's ready. I'll try a little... in line with my expectations. Ready to drink. Remember to keep calm at all times, and breathe deeply if you feel unwell.
Tasty? You've got a funny look on your face. You said you tried some already.
Oh, this was the result This potion channels elemental power into the body. Under normal circumstances. But if the internal elemental flow is...
So you knew you'd be sick and...
It was my own concoction, of course. But of course, you're my assistant. But in conclusion, I'd say we have our conclusion.
Aw, Paimon wanted something cooler.
Then again, better an ordinary result than a peculiar result. The good thing about ordinary is that everything is an object of reference. People are the same, they can understand. When you're sick, a doctor can diagnose you, but a peculiar person, they don't... For example, a human can't understand the life of a pyroregis vine, or an eye of the storm. To sum up, this has been a positive outcome. Going forward, you can use your elemental power without fear. Timaeus, the results of the new experiment are out. If you could see to...
Just a moment, sir. I'll handle it. You gave me a lot to consider. Having you down as an animal wasn't very...
Not bad. I think it's an interesting line of inquiry.
You can count on me, sir.
Is he trying to join the Knights? What Paimon meant to say...
But if you're interested, why not have...
Here comes Albedo! Let's go see him!
I'm back. Did you see anything interesting? Not to worry. They're all for alchemical. Well, on with the There may be significant differences between... Take Tevat, for example. But worlds may well exist where only... So, leaving elements to one side. Do you... I think answering this question calls for the same methodology as last time. In other... No. You shan't be required. Now, see this pillar here? Use your willpower to try and break it. That was your best effort? Well, can't be helped, I suppose.
What's with the disappointment?
Have you tried using your elemental power with food? I don't mean for cooking, as such. Rather, I'm curious to see how the taste and texture respond. Anyway, why don't you cook us up a sunshine sprat? I've just finished.
Cooking?
Not only is this recipe...
Paimon... That does sound yummy, though. Okay, Paimon...
I'll leave you to it then. If there's anything left over...
Paimon doesn't think we'll have... How are we gonna channel elemental power into the food? Maybe try the willpower thing again. Where does he get these ideas from anyway? Let's just do it the old-fashioned way.
That was fast. As far as the proliferation unless... Could it be?
We just didn't know how to channel elemental power into the...
Not to worry. At least we put some... And here's your portion.
Woohoo! Thanks! Glad you were paying attention.
I can tell that you're good friends. Not that Paimon would have been...
Hey! You were being nice, but you do have to... And you're right, we are good friends.
Yes. I'm fortunate too, I suppose. There are all manner of alchemical items here. I managed to retrieve the majority.
Paimon's barely fit...
Don't worry if you can't locate them. If you had, I must have dropped them somewhere in the area.
So, guess we'd better take a look. Oh, yeah! This must be electrohypostasis powder. The extract of an animo crystal fly can only be animo element.
Goodness. You managed to... I'm wondering...
Yep. Guess it does sort of...
Unfortunately, though elemental sight is seldom seen, only a never-before-seen otherworldly...
You mean, we failed?
Don't be disheartened. This falls entirely within my expectations. I have to commend your deduction that the item... Right then. Up until now, our research has focused on your otherworldly identity. In essence, the differences between human... Looking out from where we're standing. Can you see what Sucrose is doing? And if you jump from here and landed on that cliff, the one over there, could you... So what about if you planted a single blow on the mountain face here, and it burst into a million fragments. Then I shouldn't get to it. I know of a location that will be perfect for a physical test. Please.
Still in one piece! Good thing the bio's so strong.
Here we go! Here we go! Let's play!
You want us to...
Not necessarily. Not if you know of a bet. Whichever method you choose, the experiment will end. I will factor the time expended and your top speed. Without limitations, we complete tasks intuitively. Some of us would be unable to stand the icy waters. No matter what choice you make, it's all a part of the experiment. Then if you would, please.
Wait a minute. While we're busy testing, what exactly are you gonna be doing?
Me? Recording data, responding to risks, providing emotional support.
So if we do decide to go swimming, you gonna dive in with us?
No. Unless you're thinking of conducting competitive research?
Oh! Forget 5 unsaid anything.
Great work. I've never... Your reputation precedes you, traveler.
But you followed us the whole way.
Me? Actually, I used alchemy to cheat a... If it turns out that the natural laws of Tavad do not affect you, if the natural laws of Tavad do affect you, then I shall be able to make inferences into the innumerable possibilities that this could present.
But how does this help your research?
You've helped me to unravel many of the problems that were holding it back. I may be about to make some analogies between gold, petrified tree, the essence of the investigative process. I'm willing to pour all my energy in all these things that start out...
Oh, so that's why you wanted to sketch the...
Precisely.
So after all these experiments, are we...
Of course not. Now, before we head back to the campsite, follow me. There are some other...
Guess we can rest a bit.
Here we go! Time for takeoff! On, reveal thyself!
Retribution! Midnight Phantasmagoria!
I imagine you must have encountered more than a few conundrums during your travels. I'd like to observe your intelligence by means of a practical test of your I'd like you to explore these ruins and return with your findings. There are 2 puzzles located at the far ends of the ruins. As with the physical test, there are no restrictions. Everything you do is an action, a tried and tested So, let's see you in action. Sealy like these are a common sight in the mountains. Returning them to their rightful places is up to you.
Here we go!
It's a complex environment, so proceed with caution.
Brace yourself.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
It should now be possible to activate the central mechanism. Exactly what will happen when you do is something I'm looking forward to finding out. Seems that the water level has suddenly decreased. We should be able to see what's in the water now. Let's have a look. What's this? To the best of my knowledge, these belong to a script of some kind. They can be found. There's still a lot to learn about them. And as for why they should ever... Let me make a copy first.
Another thing for the... Seems like if you want the reward, you got...
I've truly gained a lot from all this. Let me return to the campsite first. By the time you get back, I may just have a fleeting miracle for you to witness.
Paimon's kinda looking forward, unless you can think of anything better.
Not so fast. You're not leaving until I'm convinced that nothing dangerous is going on here.
You didn't leave...
I most certainly did not. And I've witnessed everything that you and Albedo have been... I must say, you let your guards down. Or maybe you were drawn in by his compelling-sounding hypothesis and friendly demeanor. Taking orders from a complete stranger? Drinking anonymous potions? Participating in... I'd sooner believe you were tricked than that you would be so naive.
Listen, sister, your guard's so high you can't even see a...
It doesn't matter what you think. He could be a saint for all you know. But I understand him a little better than... I'm only concerned with one thing. Whether his alchemy has transformed you into something more.
No way! Paimon would have sensed it!
With an alchemist of his level, you wouldn't sense a thing. In any case, I'm not about to let a potential threat back into Mondstadt.
So... what are you gonna do?
I've got to hand it to you. You have your moments. If I can be sure that nothing you came into contact with is dangerous, that's good. I've investigated everything else. The only items left on the agenda...
But we don't even know what...
That much is true. But for insurance purposes, I'd better make a copy. Now then, all things considered, I deem that you pose no which is what I was hoping. I would have been one very unhappy sister if you'd made me work
Overtime?
Before we go our separate ways, Outlander, a word of advice. Don't be so quick to trust Albedo, and don't repeat the same mistakes that you did this time. You made a lot of rash decisions today.
She's gone! Mondstadt doesn't have many people like that. Huh.